Okay, let's bring in our next guest from Collect-A-Con. Hey, how's it going? How are you? Collect-A-Con, what the hell is that?
Well, basically, we're probably the most ongoing show for toys and and stuff like that, collectibles that we sell here in Fresno. And we've been over at Piccadilly Inn in Fresno, but I'm bringing it to Selma this coming weekend.
Okay, so you're doing it at the Piccadilly Inn in Fresno, but now you're going to go to Selma?
It's my hometown where I'm at.
Oh, you're from Selma, and you tell people. Okay, so the new Arts Center there, very beautiful building, and we are just joking about Selma. I once lived there for 28 days. So yeah, so you're Collect-A-Con. You've always been a comic guy.
I've been basically in this for almost 40 years. I was at Frank & Sons in L.A. for quite a bit, and then I also had a show in Vegas at Arizona Charlie's for years during that time. And when I moved back here to Fresno, because I'm originally from Fresno, I went to Roosevelt High School and Fresno City College and all that. But I brought the show here, and I got a partner of mine that's up in Merced area, and he and I put on this show now for the last year and a half here in Fresno. But I said, hey, I got that new center down there. I said, listen, I want to give back to my dealers. And so I'm actually giving them the show. They just come and sell their stuff. I'm not asking a space fee or nothing for them.
It's free admission and free to the vendors.
Free to the vendors. So, I know.
Bad business plan.
No, it basically wasn't business. It's basically that it's just been that for the last year and a half, I'm giving back a little bit of something that was given to me.
I understand.
This last couple of months when we did Merced show, we were at the VFW in Merced and had a major show there. All of them showed up and everything else. Some of the vendors didn't do all that great. Some did good and everything else. Overall, it was a good show, but there was some vendors that didn't do good. I'm giving back a little bit on this, too. I can give back because I made money from the past, and I'm going to give a little bit back to them to this.
I like it. Now the cons, they're getting very popular.
Oh, they're so darn big. I mean,
to me, in my lifetime, I see this cycle. I see this comic books get big, comic books get small, books get big again. Well, right now they're big, right?
Oh, there's some multi-million-dollar comics that have been selling on the on internet and everything else, and on the major deals. $1 million comic books, single comic book, were $2-3 million, and when you get into something like that, it's just like some of the stuff that I have here, a Hot Wheel. You're talking.
What do you got?
This is a treasure hunt type of Hot Wheel that was a mail away that was not available to the general public. You had to literally know that you had to mail away for this. And to get it, and it's a deal, and you see the price on it. Don't say the price.
I can't say the price because it's a lot.
Well, for a Hot Wheel, yeah.
Yeah,
but this is a collectible deal. It's a Hot Wheel.
How old is this Hot Wheel?
That's only about like 5 years old.
Oh, really?
4 to 5 years old.
Is there some Hot Wheels that are older that are worth more than this one?
Oh, hell yes. And I didn't bring.
What kind of? How much is a Hot Wheel?
The red lines, the original red lines on card and stuff like that can go between $12,000 and $15,000
for a Hot Wheel.
For a Hot Wheel. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This one here, you're saying a little bit of money, but this one I always put them at the book price. I sell them cheaper. That's one thing about my prices of the deals and like that.
You accept offers?
Oh, definitely. Okay. There's in this business you have to. You got to know what you do.
Let me see your Star Wars thing over there, Jedi.
Now that's signed. That's signed. That's signed by Darth Vader. That's the new Darth Vader. And
there's a new one.
Yes, there is a new one.
James Earl Jones is still around,
Yeah, but James Earl Jones is not the person who was in the costume.
Oh.
David
so we have the voice and the person in the costume with the new one.
Deals. But this one is actually, the one who signed this one, the new one that was part of the deal and everything else, he is actually the new stamp. Remember the stamp they came out with Darth Vader on the stamp? I mean, postage stamp, the real stamp? Okay, well, that is the Andrew is the actual new one now that's out signing. I've had him now at shows here in Fresno. I had him up in Merced. I was with him in Reno and so on and so forth. I was at Stockton with him and everything else. So he is around, but he is an accredited, worked for George Lucas, and also as an artist himself. He actually draws the deals and does a lot of other things.
This worth a few bucks?
That's probably about $25.
Huh,
it's not that bad. Well, see,
what would you take? All right, so right here, tell me. I know nothing about this.
Okay, that is Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z is actually an original Dragon Ball Z Bandai from Japan. That is not an American-made product you got in your hand. And so this is one of the original Bandai Dragon Ball Zs. I've got about 50 of them right at the present moment. Yeah, so there's, I just got a good collection from a friend of mine not too long ago.
These will be available in Selma?
Those will be available in Selma and in Fresno also on the show.
The Dragon Ball Z is a lot newer than the Star Wars or the Hot Wheels or the Marvel or the DC. How did a guy your age get into this? Did they just see the money in it?
Well, I started out in antiquing. I actually started out as an antiquer in Glendora, California, in fact is. And I did that for quite a few years. During the time I was out searching for antiques and everything else, I ran across a collection of Star Wars. Well, I bought that Star Wars. I took it over to a place called Frankensons. Anybody that knows L.A. and knows where the biggest and best collectible shop is Frankensons.
Where's that at?
It's over in the City of Industry area off of the 60 freeway. And so I took them over there. The next day, after all that Friday, I came to the show on Saturday and sold them for 5 times the amount of money I paid for them.
You were hooked.
I was hooked. Because it just completely, when you see the profit part of the margin of the whole thing, and so from then on, I started dealing with Star Wars and Star Trek and so on and so forth. I've also been in 2 different documentaries for Star Wars, deals that have been filmed and stuff like this, and deals I've been in that. I've had many of actors that I've had from even Babylon 5 and stuff like that, and that I've been manager of to bring them to shows and the promotion that I did. In Vegas, when I did Arizona Charlie's, I did that for almost 15 years. Every month I was bringing actors out of L.A. to Vegas and all that. So I've been in this business for quite a while.
What's the thing that has the most freaks? What's the most popular thing?
The biggest freakish deals and everything else right at the present moment, I'm going to have to say, would probably have to be exactly what they did this last month here in the deals. That con they had.
ZapCon.
That ZapCon.
Yeah.
That's the newest thing, and that outdoes. There was like the dealers that were there. They were, I don't know what the dealers thought. What the promoters, I should say, thought what they were doing. They had one dealer per type of item. In other words, such as comic books or toys or
you're saying they should have multiples.
They didn't have that. They had a deal. Of course, again, too, they were also putting the only thing I didn't like about it, too, and the reason why a lot of the normal, like our shows are geared for the local guys that are trying to just sell and get to be part of the business. They're not really a multi-deal people that want to go across the country like I have done in the past. I've done Chicago, Atlanta, just been around the deals. I've been in San Diego, the Comic-Con in San Diego. I was with the Comic-Con in San Diego over 20 years ago. So it's like I've been brought up. I won't go back to the Comic-Con now. Way too much money for the same price that I would have gotten a booth for then to now is like just quadrupled in price. It just takes away the profit for a person like myself try to do this.
Well, speaking about taking away the profit, how about a free admission?
Oh, that's all free admission. The Selma show this coming weekend is free. Totally free.
Is it this weekend or the following?
The following weekend, excuse me.
The following weekend. It's Saturday, November 15th.
Yeah, the 15th.
In Selma, and it's at that brand new art center over there, which is a beautiful building.
Yes, definitely. And they've been very, very nice for me and everything else. And I'll be very honest with you, the reason why I have actually done this whole thing as far as a freebie across the board is due to the fact that the people of Selma that are running it and stuff like that know this is the first time we've ever had a major type of little show there, and they literally gave the pricing to me that I could afford easily to pay for it myself out of my pocket. Awesome. And I did. So that's what I'm saying. So that's
how many vendors are going to be here, Dave?
Right at the present moment, I think it's 12 or 13. I can't remember exactly.
Any big
the last
names
deal.
coming in?
I got Bases Loaded is coming. As far as actors or something?
Anything.
No, I don't have anybody as a deal. I have an artist that's coming, but that's about all, really. I may be rubbing some wounds here. I don't know. I should have talked
about
Rub
them, Dave. Okay. Rub them.
All right. Ronnie Paul.
Ronnie Paul? The Ronnie Paul? The Ronnie Paul? Are you talking about the Ronnie Paul from Channel 33?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a big one. All right, Dave. Right,
I knew I was going to rub him there.
Thanks, buddy. All right, hey, go down to Saturday, November 15th to Selma, the Arts Center there. It's free admission for the Collect-A-Con. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, live music from Roger Perry and Jeff Hallett. Stick around.